What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here today to bring you an NFL trade prediction video on Hunter Renfrow. I believe the Vegas Raiders will trade him to the San Francisco 49ers by the trade deadline. Now, let's talk about why. So, this is something since last season I've been on heavy. Since after Super Bowl, the rumor came out. I forgot which month it was, but since it came out, it's kind of just stuck with me. This is prior to the Darren Waller trade. It was rumored that McDaniels did not want three-star players. It was Josh Jacobs, it was Dan Waller, and it was Hunter Renfrow. A rumor and report said that they were not "quote unquote" his guys, and obviously right after that, Darren Waller was traded to the Giants, and I thought the Hunter Renfrow trade would follow suit. It has not happened quite yet, but the three teams I had for him were the Saints, were the Packers, and were the Titans. Obviously prior to DeAndre Hopkins being moved there, and it still be a good fit now, even with Hopkins. But as of right now, it's off the table for me. The Saints I still like. The Packers I still like. I think they would he would be a great fit for those two teams. But clearly, time has moved on since. I do like two more teams added onto that list. And the main two teams I like are the Niners and the Giants. As I said clearly in the intro, I like in the thumbnail also, in the title. I like the Niners a little bit more, and I'll explain why. But what Hunter Renfrow is going through to me is insane. Had a great 2021 season, really a big breakout year. Then 2022 was marked by injuries. The 2021 run for the Raiders with the Henry Ruggs stuff going on, with the John Gruden stuff going on, that was a magical run for Waller, Carr, Renfrow, and that whole team. And then 2022 was just the opposite. They were expected to do well. Carr played terrible. Waller didn't play well. And I think was hurt also. Hunter Renfrow was hurt, didn't play well. So that was a tough season. Now you have Carr going. No, now's Waller's going. I definitely expect, and like I said before, I definitely thought Renfrow will be going during the summer. $11 million cap hit, and not too many teams right now can take that hit on, but the Niners. The Niners have a good squad also. Before I want to get there though, I want to finish up on my Raiders piece first. But going with the Raiders and seeing what everyone's saying, and every week I'm watching everyone post game conference. I'm watching their interviews throughout the entire week. I'm watching what Hunter Renfrow is saying. I'm watching what Jimmy G is saying. I'm watching what O coordinator for the Raiders, Mike Lombardi, is saying. I'm seeing what Josh McDaniels is saying, and everyone is on the same page, on the same accord, all saying the same things. We need to get Hunter Renfrow the ball. He's a good player. Blah blah blah. Hunter Renfrow saying he's not worried about the stats. Mike Lombardi says he's not worried about the stats. We're worried about team play. But there's no way in the world you have a former Pro Bowl wide receiver who's not old, who's still healthy, who I believe is still up to par, and you have a need to move the ball, to make plays, and he's not getting the ball. He's literally being looked at by Jimmy G and then looked right back off. I'm like, something's not right. I don't know what's going on, but something's not right there with me. And like I said, I'm a Hunter Renfrow fan. I would love my Falcons to get him also, but I just think right now the way Desmond Ritter's moving the ball, he doesn't really fit us right now, so it makes no sense for us to really get him. We can't even find most of our receivers the ball, not even Kyle Pitts, our star tight end. So, that's kind of a no-go there. But as far as the Niners go, I know the Raiders and the Niners are hated rivals and stuff since the start of football. I understand that, but the Niners have a couple things. They have a need to load up a wide receiver, and they have a decent room now. You look at that slot now. They have Jawan Jennings. You have Ronnie Bell behind the two-star guys, and Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. But knowing the Niners' history, knowing they're always an injury bug getting close to the end of the season, close to the playoffs. Injuries bugs always hit them pretty bad. So just to account for that alone, you would bring in a guy like Hunter Renfrow, who, like as I said, Pro Bowler just 2 years ago, hampered by injuries last year, but I still think he has enough juice in the tank to be a good player still. And also you look at not just the receiving room for the Niners, but their cap space. The move for trading Trey Lance and other moves they made this offseason has freed them up to have the most cap space in the NFL. So like I said before, the $11 million cap hit that Hunter Renfrow brings with him will be nothing. It will be a drop in the bucket for what the Niners have as far as cap space goes. And you look at Kyle Shanahan's space-based attack, add that in with Deebo. Add that in with Christian McCaffrey. Add that in with Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle. That O line is it's gonna be scary. That's gonna be scary, and it's gonna be hard to stop, especially now with the Cowboys having one main cornerback, Stephon Gilmore. The Eagles, kind of questionable in the defense right now. It's still early, only week 3, and we see them play tonight versus the Buccaneers, and they have 2 good receivers tonight, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. So we'll see how they handle those 2 guys. But you have to handle a bunch of weapons. That's like 5 weapons I named. And as we know, in the Niners scheme in their system, anybody can really go off. Like we seen last week, I forgot who the Niners played. I think the Rams. And you saw a guy like Ronnie Bell go off, have his first touchdown of his career, have a pretty good game in the absence of Brandon Ayuk. So guys step up there, guys play well there. But the Niners are serious. They want to really load up and really go all in for it. I think they have to bring a guy like Hunter Renfrow to really put them over the edge to really dominate the NFC, and whoever they play in the AFC also. Probably one of the 3 teams everyone thinks of: the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Bengals. I know that they're struggling right now, but I think the Bengals can still make some noise later on during this season. So for me, I like the Niners as the number 1 option for Hunter Renfrow. Number 2 option, as I said earlier, I had 2 teams added onto my list of Packers and Saints. I like the Panthers. My boy Bryce Young, man, is not looking good the first 3 weeks. Well, first 2 weeks. Sat out week 3 for ankle injury. Is also rumored to sit out week 4. Also, is not quite confirmed yet. But they need some receivers who can create space. Thielen is one right now, and that's about it. Mingo can't, Chalk can't, and Bryce Young right now needs some easier targets, needs some easier throws because he's throwing in tight windows and not looking good. So I think you need to bring in a guy like Hunter Renfrow, who's not a star guy, who's not a big body guy that Young really needs to, a true number 1 star receiver. He's not that, but he is someone like Thielen who's a vet who can create space, who can play the slot, who can play outside, and just give him some room to throw the ball. Because right now a lot of tough throws, a lot of tough moments, especially with that O-line being very leaky, allowing guys to leak through all the time and then smack them. I hate, even though I'm a Falcons fan, I hate to see Young look so bad early on and then see Stroud just balling out in Houston with a bad O-line, not too many great weapons, and they're winning games and balling out there. So it's tough for me to see as me being the Bryce Young truther. But, man, it's like, I want to see him do better. And the only way you do that, you need receivers, you need star guys, or at least, if not a star or a big name, someone who can help create space. And Hunter Renfrow can definitely do that opposite of Adam Thielen. Those are the main 2 guys right now. Well, if Hunter Renfrow is moved to the Panthers, there'll be someone that could help, have Renfrow on one side, have Thielen on the other side, and then you have Young that can do his thing and navigate, read the defense and see where the best spot to go to there, but have a safety blanket in Renfrow or Thielen, that can definitely alleviate some pressure and alleviate some of the pass rush that the O-line's allowing through. So those are my 2 main teams I want to add on. You can have more teams as well. The Buffalo Bills make sense, but them getting the tight end from the draft, Dalton Kincaid, is still paired with Dawson Knox. I don't see the point in bringing in Renfrow too. You have Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs. The Chargers just lost Mike Williams for the entire year. Bring him in with Keenan Allen makes sense. I'm not mad at it, but a division rival in the AFC West, kind of tough. But as I said, the way the Raiders are using them, honestly, right now, it doesn't make sense. They're barely even using them. So, it would seem to me that they don't want them. As I said, going back to the summer, when McDaniels, the report came out and said he's not one of his guys, quote unquote. And Waller's gone. Josh Jacobs is on a 1-year deal. Once again with the franchise tag. Well, no, they skipped the franchise, but they agreed to a 1-year extension. So I think he'll be going also. And then Hunter Renfrow, as I said, he was the main one on that list also that was talked about. And I think he'll be going sometime soon. So don't know why they didn't move him earlier because the season came. They're not even using them. But we'll see how everything goes. They could, flip the switch and start using him more and more. Devontae Adams came out today or last night in the press conference saying he wants to win. So maybe, this changes things. This gets Hunter Renfrow involved, but highly doubtful in my opinion. I think nothing changes as far as that front goes. So that's how I see it, guys. Hunter Renfrow going to the Niners. If not the Niners, I like the Panthers. I like the Saints. I like the Packers. As I said before in previous videos, so no point in going back and dwelling and talking about those two there. I have videos on those all throughout the summer. So that's my prediction. I will see you guys next time.